Europe is rearming. NATO has reached a historical agreement. Member nations will now invest 5% of their GDP in defense. But ask yourself, who really benefits from this military splurge? Is Europe becoming stronger or simply more dependent on the United States? Under the new NATO framework, members will invest 5% of their GDP into defense. 3.5% will go towards traditional military capabilities and 1.5% will fund security related infrastructure and industry. And President Donald Trump, he is thrilled. We have great victory here, he said, urging allies to spend the extra billion on military gear made in the US. But here's the twist. The majority of these defense dollars will end up in American defense companies' pockets. Between 2015 and 2019, over 90% of arms imports by NATO countries like Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, and Italy came from the United States, and the UK over 80%. Germany was outlier, importing less than 10% from the US. But post Russia Ukraine war, even the number skyrocketed to 70% between 2020 and 2024. This shift means one thing: more revenue for the US and the greater dependency for Europe. The Europe spends billions and much of it goes back to Washington. But European leaders are uneasy, with Trump's administration warming up to Russia. Some now believe that the US security guarantees, once taken for granted, may no longer be reliable. Calls for European military independence are growing louder. But not everyone agrees. Italian PM Giorgia Meloni and Hungarian PM Viktor Orban are worried about the EU taking on more debt and fear the loss of national sovereignty. Not all EU member states are ready to hand Brussels the power or the purse to build a unified army. As NATO prepares for conflict, the economic cost is skyrocketing. European countries already struggling with fiscal challenges are being pushed to the edge. Policy experts Nick Ventney warns that these rapid hikes in defense spending could destabilize both the economy and politics of European nations. Across Europe, citizens are protesting. Military budgets are crowding out welfare spending. Anger is rising and people want answers. The United States, it's winning. After decades of providing military assistance to Europe, it's now getting paid back with interest. This statement says it all. NATO's new military roadmap is aligned with US interest, but for Europe, it's an economic burden disguised as security. Peace is no longer assumed. NATO is preparing for war. But at what price? The guns may be American, but the cost will be paid in euros.